I think we say out with the old, in with the new kind of thing. And one thing that is new that we actually talked about last week, and we're going to weirdly talk about again this week, is there are new WWE tag team titles. But because there are 2 sets of tag team title belts, we only saw the first set debuted. And by the time the show had come out, pretty much more or less then, a second set had debuted. So, because we reviewed the first set of belts, we're going to review the second set. So 1 second, let me get the photos up. Right, okay, we're back, and I'm going to debut. Here we go. The new tag team titles for Raw? SmackDown? I can't remember. Does it matter? So there you go.
So that is Raw. That is the Raw belt.
It's one of them. So
now wait a minute. Now they separate, so they're not going to be like
unified.
They're going to have 2 sets of belts.
Yes, these are the old ones.
That looks cheap as hell.
Yeah, I never liked those.
And they're not cheap, but they look cheap.
Yeah, they look like coins.
That looks like a flea market belts.
Yeah. So there you go. So that is the new one then. It seems sort of designed on the old 80s version with Demolition and the Hart Foundations and that kind of thing. And, Bob Holly.
So now, okay, kid. Is that gold or white gold?
That's a good question because, look at this one. So we've got yellow gold for the round one, and then we've got a rather more dull gold for that. Last week you were complaining that there wasn't enough colour in the new belt on the round one. What do you think of... it's rather muted, colourless, the other one.
Well, there's no colour in the new one, looks like to me, at all. I don't know.
Improvement, at least?
No, they have changed the belt so many times, they all tend to run together now.
Funny you mention
that. It's just another belt. Plus, you can go online and buy any kind of belt you want. It may be a cheap version, but you could buy them. And so they're not exciting anymore. They're really not.
So these are these are ones from the mid-2000s. You can review that if you wish.
Not impressed.
No. Right, now I've got to undo it. This was the SmackDown version from around the same time period in the 2000s.
Okay, I thought SmackDown was red.
No, SmackDown's blue.
Is it?
Yeah.
And Raw is red.
Yeah.
I get them confused.
So those were those ones, and then this is the classic version. That's.
I like the classic. That looks good. That really looks good.
Yeah.
See, the WWF it's just banging on you, and it says world in the middle, so you can't get it confused with anything. That's a nice looking belt there. And I like the black leather. It's traditional.
Now, there's a variation with Ted DiBiase and IRS where they've got rid of all the colour entirely, and it's just black in the centre. Better or worse?
It's not worse. Those are nice looking belts.
Evil.
At IRS, that bastard.
Now, this is early 80s. Almost looks like a tobacco tin. Do you know what I mean? Got that kind of silvery kind of thing going on.
Like a what now? A tobacco?
Or like a cigarette case kind of thing.
What is the reason they're changing these belts so much?
Well, I mean, this was 40 years ago, this one.
No, I know, but how many changes have they gone through?
Good question. We're going to find that out together, actually. So this was in the early 80s, and then this was in the 70s.
I think it's because Vince was bored very easily.
I think, well, in the later years, I think, well, maybe that as well, but I think also that they're just trying to sell more belts.
Now, what belt is this?
This is the World Tag Team Championships from the 70s that looks suspiciously like Bruno's World Heavyweight title.
Suspiciously. And it looks a little bit, with that light blue, that looks highly unmasculine for some reason.
Baby blue. And one more, your old pal. I don't know if he was your old pal, actually. I'm presuming he was.
Handsome Jimmy.
Handsome Jimmy and Luscious Johnny. You can barely see the photos there. So, This is the oldest version of the WWF tag team title I can find.
Yeah.
And I believe they were based on the Detroit NWA titles. But opinions on this?
I hate that. I really do. That looks like something you'd see in damn Saudi Arabia.
Why Saudi Arabia?
I don't know. Just the way the little things pointing here and there, and take the English off of it. I wouldn't even know where it was from.
Yeah, fair enough. There you go then. So at least an improvement on the old ones.